my mom, who is a professor at, well, assistant professor at Cornell, was pretty, it's still pretty inspirational. I don't think I'm going to reach to that level, but basically in a little short clip, her story is that she came from Greece, not knowing English, to America, learned it in a year, got into Hunter College, which is a very reputable public university in New York, and then went to move on to go into medical school in Cornell, and was in the top of her class and being, and actually one of the I don't know, 15 surgeons, heart surgeons in the U.S. So there's always been a, and being the assistant professor, as I said, so there's always been a big emphasis on academia and on, you know, fighting the system and looking out for whoever would put you down, and especially, you know, in the male sort of side, because, you know, as much as people say times have changed, I mean, they are much better, but my mom would say otherwise, and it's very hard when you're in certain types of professions. And I went into going into finance after my Boston University, and it was 99% male, and you know, I never thought about it before, but when I got there, it was true what they said. I mean, you know, my opinion in that specific firm, at least, didn't count as much. My appearance was commented, you know, and so forth. I'm not going to go into details, but anyway, I felt as though, you know, it's still not right, and I mean, they still underpay women a lot for the same job, and there's still a lot of, you know, problems. So
how did you deal with that?
I'm a kind of person that I talk when something bothers me, or I address it. I mean, in the best diplomatic way possible. But I'm not the kind that just sits down and just, you know, doesn't say anything. So basically, because I needed the job, because I was living at that time on my own in New York, my parents were back in Greece, you know, and so keeping a job was important. And I said to myself, well, I have to find another one, but until I do, I have to become that person that sits down and doesn't say anything. So I did that for a while. It was very hard. And at the end, I enjoyed the feedback session, because at the end, before you leave, you have a one-on-one with your boss. And I knew in my head I would never need that person for any recommendation or anything. So I took that chance in a nice way, well, nice possible way, and I voiced all my concerns. But it was definitely a day-by-day of you know, you just want to cry all day sometimes. You just don't want to be there, and it's not comfortable, but you still have to do your job. Not only everything, but better than everyone else. So it was kind of a difficult time. Well, the problem, see, this is a constant problem in my head, which also comes out here, is that, I mean, can one person really change everything? I mean, even here, I say you take things day by day, and you're like, well, I could do this, but at the end, like, am I really going to contribute to any big change? And I guess it's not good to think to not do that, because at the end there is no change. I mean, I'm sure with the whole apartheid happening, it was a lot of people with that same vision trying to change things. So, you know, maybe, you know, you're not alone, so you should keep on doing what you need to do, but having that strength and patience is very difficult. And looking back now, I mean, I don't think I would have done anything different. Maybe I should have checked the company better, but it still remains that until you start working somewhere, you never know how people are going to be. Yeah. So I don't know. In my opinion, I would have done the same thing. Maybe, you know, gotten a new job earlier. But I did stay there a year and a half. So yeah, maybe cutting it shorter would have been best.